Hey, we're TowawayCouple, and I'm Tom the driver.
And I'm Bunny the fashionista.
The former sandwich maker. Let me turn off my speakers so we don't get that in the background. If you're hearing a hum in the background, it's because we are doing multiple videos. So you're going to notice the last several videos, we're wearing the same clothes, we're in the same room with the pea green room wall. And
no, it's baby poop.
Baby poop wall, and you're hearing the air conditioner, so we apologize.
Right. But we are on the road, so we only have a few outfits anyway.
Right. But they're clean. Bunny washed them.
Yes, Horizon has free washer and dryers.
Free washer and dryers is good. All right, so today we're going to talk about the diesel discounts.
Yes, we are saving lots of money.
Do I sound exciting?
You are. You get excited every time. This is the only man that I know that gets excited when he has to go pump fuel.
I do, and I'll drive 400 miles just to save 5 cents a gallon.
He'll stop and just put in $10 just to get us to where
make
we're going.
it 400 miles. So we didn't know it, but when we started looking at Towaway driving, we saw a couple of the. Take my glasses off. We saw a couple of.
Do you realize you say that every video?
I do. Well, my eyes get strained. I don't want to get a headache. So we are. Every time I look at a website for Towaway driving or transport driving, some of them might see diesel discounts, and other ones I wouldn't. I didn't understand it. I thought the company provided they give you bonuses for having a diesel. So obviously, I specifically looked for transport companies that specifically said diesel discounts.
Right.
And I actually called and I said, well, what is that? And they're like, you get up to like 50 cents a gallon for having a diesel. And they didn't explain it very well. And it wasn't Horizon, it was another company. They didn't want us because we have a short bed. Little did they know we're hauling like crazy. We could have benefited them, but they chose to go with 8-foot beds only. But that's how they explained it, so I didn't understand it. So when we got into Horizon, on our orientation day, they gave us a credit card. It's an EFS credit card. And with that, there's an app that goes with it. That's how they pay you. So when you go pick up a trailer, you request 50% of the trailer. You might as well. It costs $1 for them to put the money on your books, but if you get 50% of your money, you can at least get the trailer to the location and get back for sure.
Correct.
And then you get the rest would be considered profit.
Exactly, and that way you want at least half of it. Just God forbid if anything happened along the way. You have a blowout, or
yes.
you're not making it to your location, or you need a hotel. You've at least got some money on you.
Some money. So with that said, they give us this card, this app, and me and Bunny started looking through the app, and we're like, oh dang, we're gonna drive from Elkhart, Indiana to Coleman, Alabama, and everywhere was $2.14 a gallon to $2.39, $2.49, even $2.59 a gallon. Some of them were up to $3 a gallon. And we're just like, man, this is going to be quite expensive. We didn't understand. Next thing you know, about 250 miles from Elkhart, Indiana towards Alabama, we found it for $1.87 a gallon. And we're like, holy shit, that's 86 cents cheaper than the lowest on the pump pricing anywhere else. So we go fill up there, and then we're still a couple hundred miles from our drop off, and then we see it for $1.70 something a gallon 80 miles from our drop off. So we're like, we're gonna go do that. So we literally topped off at both locations, and it was kind of funny because I was questioning my logs. And I stopped at this one gas station. I put literally $10 in because I didn't want to fill 95 gallons of fuel at their posted price at $2.49 a gallon.
Correct.
When I can get it for $1.87 up the road, a couple hundred miles. So I called and I did the $10. I literally pulled in on fumes at the other place because I kind of timed it so I could get the maximum savings I could. And then I called Horizon. I was talking to the logging people over there, and I was explaining what was going on because I didn't understand the half-hour break. It was our first haul. We were just questioning a lot of stuff. So they could pull up your logs at the corporate office. And she goes, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "You stopped for fuel and only put $10 in." I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "And then up the road you stopped for fuel and you put, I don't know, it was like 80 some dollars in, or $116 in or something." I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Can I ask you why you only put $10 in to do that?" And I said, "Because the gas or diesel price was $2.49 a gallon at the one, and I knew I couldn't make it to the other one on my destination to tank empty. Was saying I was going to be about 20 miles shy. So I only wanted to put $10 in so I could make it that 20 plus miles just in case I was on the throttle a little bit." And she goes, "That is pretty smart." She goes, "I would have done the same thing."
Yep, we're all about saving the mighty buck.
So now the diesel discount is really cool because we thought everyone got it, because there's many transport companies. We didn't realize it. We thought there was only a few because I only applied at 3, and 3 of them offered us a position, and we took the position at Horizon because they were the most well-known, the largest, one of the longest running transport companies, and they had the most hauls out of all of them, almost twice as many hauls out of everyone. And if you're interested in Horizon, look at the link below. We'll put a phone number for the recruiter there.
Yes, definitely. You know,
in our description.
We're having a great time.
Yeah.
Fun.
So I was talking to a gentleman, and I was talking to him. He just started working for another company. And he was over at Dan's Hitch picking up some stuff. I was over there picking up a battery or something. I was picking up something. And I'm always over there.
I was going to say it's like your new Home Depot.
Right, it's Home Depot. So I was talking to him, and he was getting ready to make a run all the way to Oregon, deadhead miles. That means he's paying out of his own pocket to get there to pick up 3 campers and then bring them back on a trailer. And I said, "Holy cow, that's a long way to go to pick up and then to come back with them." I said, "Man, thank God for the diesel discount." And he kind of scratched his head and he goes, "Diesel discount?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Didn't you get you got a card, right?" Because we thought everybody got one. And he goes, "I didn't get one." I'm like, I showed him my app, and he's over there just eyes bulging out going, "Are you kidding me? I'm going to be paying $2.39, $2.49 a gallon going up there, and you're paying $1.87 to $2.01 a gallon, or somewhere like 50 cents, 60, 80 cents a gallon cheaper." And I'm like, "Your company didn't offer you it?" And he goes, "No." And he fortunately, he said he's loyal to the point where he promised to do the run, but he was going to check in with his company and see if they offered it. We talked to somebody else, and they said, yeah, not all companies are large enough to offer the diesel discount.
Right. So definitely do your research when you decide that you want to do this, and research your whole route, and you can find some amazing savings too.
But research your transport companies too.
Yes.
I mean, we're not bagging on any transport companies. They're all probably great in their own right, but we're in this to make money. You would be in this to make money. And if that company is small and they don't have the buying power of someone like Horizon, and you don't get diesel discounts, you're spending money to work for a company. That's the way I would look at it.
And like I said, we're all about saving our money and everything like that. So we also have our pilot card, and Tom has now learned that once you pump $50, you get a
50
free
gallons.
50 gallons, you get a free shower.
That's $12.
Yeah.
So you think about it. I'm already saving money on diesel. When you're on the road sleeping in your truck, those showers are valuable, and we use them. And the nice thing is, as a husband and wife, they give us extra towels, and we only have to use our credits for one shower, and we both get to use it, and they give you a half an hour.
Yeah. So everybody says, oh, you got to be careful for those truck stop showers, but so far the ones that we've taken, but we've only used the pilot ones.
The pilot
and
ones,
they've been very clean.
Yeah, we don't get the discounts at Love's because most of the diesel discounts, the best prices have been through Pilot, even though like today we went to Love's because they had the best price. But Pilot offers 50 gallons, so I make sure I milk my tank all the way down because I have a 60-gallon auxiliary tank, so I know once I start hitting my main tank that I get a free shower.
Yep, and then once he gets over 1,000 gallons in 1 month, then he automatically gets a shower every day
for a month and a half.
In a month and a half, yes.
In a month and a half. So you think about it, not only are you saving the dollar, like 86 cents, 50 cents a gallon. When you're talking 100 gallons, that's real money.
Yes,
that's
yes.
$50 every time you fill
Right.
up.
The one we got the receipt and it said you saved $53.
Yeah, or $63 or
Yeah.
whatever it is. But then you get a free shower on top of it. So let's just say we save $63 and now they're throwing a free shower. That's $75
Yeah.
because we would have paid for that shower.
Oh yeah, when you're on the road for a day or two, well, for us a day or two,
Well,
you
when
definitely want a shower.
When it's 90 degrees out and 100% humidity, the showers are like gold. And now we know why in a truck stop, all you keep hearing is shower ready for number 24 or so-and-so, your shower's ready.
Yeah.
But the diesel discount without the showers made us money. So we bought an auxiliary tank, and it was explained to me because I'm looking at it as personal. This is our personal truck. We're just trying to make money. And $1,000 to have a tank installed. Like, yeah, you could buy one for $600 and install it yourself. But I wanted it professionally installed. I even had a Rhino line to match the bed of my truck. So my tank was $1,250. It's a 60-gallon tank. They have 80 and 100-gallon tanks and installed. Literally, the tank will pay for itself in 11 fill-ups with all the savings. So if I didn't have the tank, I wouldn't be able to do enough fill-ups to put. I would on my 32-gallon tank or 35-gallon tank.
But you wouldn't have enough to make it to the next stop.
I wouldn't have enough I'd have to be every 200 miles. I'd be pulling in. Now I'm going 1,000 miles with a trailer behind me, with that extra tank on there. So 11 fill-ups. I don't know how many I've done, but I think I probably paid for that tank already.
Oh yeah, you're definitely getting there.
So this guy explained to me, he goes, stop looking at that tank as a personal tank. You are doing this as a business. You look at it as a business investment. And the less you have to stop in the fuel islands, you'll understand this too. When you pull into those fuel islands with the long trailer and everything, because you can go to the pumps out front, but now you got to walk in, give the card to the cashier, they hold the card, then you go out and pump. It's easier just to go to the fuel island, run the card, run the rewards card, and you might be stuck behind today I was stuck behind 3 diesels, and they were pumping a couple 100 gallons each.
Right.
So where it does take a while.
Yeah, because that fuel stop alone was 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Now, do you want to do that every 200 miles or do you want to do it every 1,000 miles? So I'd rather do it every 1,000 miles.
We still see every pilot in Love's because we can't drive by one without having to stop to
pee. But we were able to whip into the parking lot, run in, pee, grab a cup of ice, run out, and we're back on the road.
Yeah.
We're not stuck in a fuel island.
No.
So when you are thinking about setting up your truck, I mean, the fifth wheel hitch is great, but there are more bumper pulls than fifth wheels.
Yes.
So make sure you start, I mean, you're going to have the low leveler hitch anyways. If you are trying to save a budget, get the low leveler hitch, but get your auxiliary fuel tank. Get a 60 gallon or an 80 gallon, whatever you can fit that you can fill up. And remember, every time you fill that sucker up, you want to make sure you get 50 gallons in a pilot so you can get a free shower.
Right. Now, we would have loved to have 80 gallons, but we have a short bed.
Yep. And we have the puck system, which takes up half of our bed.
Right. So we got the biggest that we could possibly get. Go big or go home.
Yep. And we'll be doing a video on what's in the bed of our truck.
Yeah.
As soon as we get our tonneau cover installed.
Exactly.
So we did want to pop off a video on the diesel discount.
Yeah.
It is so exciting. I mean, literally every time we fill up, that's money in our pocket. So, and keep in mind, we see it for $1.71. We might not see it for $1.71 the rest of the trip.
No.
So it's best to put 95 gallons at $1.71 and then hit it on the way back again and top it off again.
Right, and it all depends on your route too, on where you're going. Like when we went west, you know, there was to a certain point where it just kept getting more and more expensive. So we made sure that we filled up there at the cheapest that we could, and then we made it all the way into Reno, and we still, I think we paid like $2.35 a gallon in Reno.
But we only have to put like 10 gallons.
Right, but it was enough to get us down to Southern California
And
to do all of our
back out.
visiting and back out without having to pay California prices.
Right, $4 a gallon.
Yeah.
And they had no diesel discounts.
No discounts. No.
Now, keep in mind, the discount card does not work everywhere. So far, it's worked with us, but we were able to get in and out of California with it without having to fill up. But we've heard people going into New Jersey and places like that, and they're just pulling their hair because they're spending $2.50, $2.65 a gallon because they can't find anything cheaper on that app. So when you dispatch your loads, it's very wise that when you're looking at the load board, one of the things that we do is we look at where we're picking up the trailer, and we're learning, and we're going to talk about the different locations, not all of them, but just a couple of them as examples, where you're going. And the first thing we do before we ask, it's a gamble, because anyone can dispatch that load. We're looking at the app and seeing what the fuel prices is from where that we're picking up, where we're dropping it off, and coming back, because that also includes into the overall profits.
Yeah, because you like you said, we're in this to make money, and so should you be. So definitely, you want as much money in your pocket.
I'll tell you what, the money I saved today filling up, what do we pay? $1.71 a gallon, or
$1.73.
$1.73 a gallon. It paid for our prime rib dinner tonight.
Yep. Haven't had prime ribs in the pandemic.
Right, but literally the savings that we made there, our dinner was free. So that's the way we look at it. All right, that explains diesel discount. If you have any questions that we can answer that we did not answer in this video, please send us a message and we'll do our best to follow up. We'll either do another follow-up video because we screwed this one up and didn't explain it very well, or we'll just answer you right there.
Right, absolutely.
So until next time, we will see you down the road.
See you later.